Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over the brand new Colored Raine Safari Raine palette, as well as one of the 3 new lipsticks that they launched with this collection. Believe it or not, this is the very first time I've ever used anything from Colored Raine, but when I saw this palette, I knew I had to have it. I love greens. I'm like on this green kick right now, so I had to pick this up, and I'm going to be showing you guys this eye look. I'm going to be talking about this. I'll show you guys the lipstick, everything, swatches, yada yada, like I usually do. But I'm also going to compare it to the Juvia's Place Tribe palette because I have seen all over the internet these being compared. So I'm going to show you guys just how similar or non-similar these actually are. I'm going to show you guys pictures of them side by side as well as them swatched side by side. So first, let's get into the palette and the one lipstick that I purchased. The palette has traditional cardboard packaging. You are getting a large mirror on the inside. The shade names are on the inside, so you've got the ingredients on the back. It retails for $39, and on the Colored Raine website it reads, it was created after our owner Lorraine's obsession with wildlife and the safari. So we introduced our first ever 9-pan Safari Raine eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette can be used to create everyday looks with a side of bling. Formulated for ease of use, the earth tones and exotic foil shades will not disappoint. Cruelty-free and made in the USA. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the swatches. First, we have Toucan, Clay, Tigress, Congo Basin, Green Valley, Jungle, Lioness, Amazon Basin, and Matriarch. Each of the lipsticks retail for $15, and the shade that I picked up is May She Rain, and it is described as the perfect pale nude lipstick with cream undertones. Now, as you can see on me, I am a lighter skin tone, so it's not really a nude on myself, but richer complexions is definitely going to be a great nude color. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into this eye look. For the look, I'm starting off with the shade Clay on a Sonia G Blender Pro. I'm applying that to the outer corner first because this has a whole lot of pigmentation, but I want to use it as my transition shade. So I start on the outer corner, kind of work it upwards, and then I start to slowly bring it into the inner portion of the eye, bringing it upwards, blending it out to use as my transition shade. But I can't go directly there because it has so much pigmentation. However, it blended out beautifully. Now I'm going to go in with Congo Basin on a Wayne Goss number 17. This color of like a moss green is so pretty. I love it. But I'm going on the outer corner first, kind of tapping it and blending it into place. And then I'm also going to take this into the crease and kind of smoking out the outer corner. This is just going to add a little bit of dimension to the look and add that little bit of hint of green that I wanted to add. On a Wayne Goss number 19, I'm taking the shade Matriarch, and I am tapping that into place. Holy pigmentation. I am literally just tapping this on because if I blend, I feel like I'm going to blend upward and get it in places I don't want it. So I'm just going to tap and do small little circular motions right on that outer corner. Then for the lid, I'm going to start off with an Esom W21 in the shade Amazon Basin. I'm going to apply that all over the lid, leaving a little space for the inner corner. I'm going all the way up to the crease, and I'm tapping over the last shade that we laid down just to make sure that they blend together well. But this is beautiful. I applied it dry and it is stunning. Then I'm going in with a MAC 242 in the shade Lioness. I picked up very little on my brush, and I start at the very arch of my brow and apply the product there first and then kind of buff it out to highlight that area. And then I'm taking it on the inner portion of the lid and the inner corner. So I'm putting it on the lid, tapping over the last shade to blend them together, making sure I get it on the inner corner as well as the lower portion of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Jungle on a Pencil Pro from Sonia G, and I am going to take that right along the lower lash line, blending it into that like golden shade, but I'm not going to go over it. Now lastly, I am going to take a MAC 221 and back in with the shade Clay to blend out the edges of that and make everything look really nice and seamless. To finish off the look, I used Milk Boss liner on the top inner rim and BCC on the lower rim, and then a pair of Kiss Ritzy lashes. Before I get into the comparisons of the two palettes, I want to go ahead and give you guys my first impressions of the palette and the lipstick. So for the palette, it is beautiful. I feel like it lived up to everything I have heard about Colored Raine. The mattes blended out beautifully. They were extremely pigmented, especially when I went in with Matriarch. This was just like instant color. I was like, okay, there we go. But I loved every single shade that I used. I used all of the metallics dry. I love Amazon Basin and this shade right here on the inner corner. I love that I can really bump it up on the inner corner and then lighten it up for the brow arch. All of these, like I said, they just performed so well. And Jungle on the lower lash line, just instant pigmentation. So I'm super happy with the formula of these. So if you're interested in the palette, the colors, or anything like that, I definitely think that this is a good palette. Like it's beautiful. So very impressed with that. But the lipstick, the color is pretty, don't get me wrong. I'm a little disappointed in the lipstick, and the biggest factor for me is the packaging. It is cardboard packaging, and that kind of drives me bonkers. To me, that doesn't scream a finished product. It kind of says sample to me, or like something that you would get in a gift with purchase. I'm not trying to be rude, so I'm sorry. It's just that's how I feel about it. Like this part on the inside is a plastic, but the outside packaging altogether is a cardboard. And I just personally do not like that, especially for $15. You know, you've got ColourPop coming out with great formula lipsticks with great packaging. So for me, $15, I expect something more than cardboard packaging. But color, I think it looks good on me, and the formula did offer a lot of pigment. Now, let's get into whether or not these palettes are the same. So first, I'm going to show you just on camera. I'm going to open them both up. I have to say, this is misleading in different lights, because right now when I'm looking at it, it looks brown, and this one looks kind of taupey. At nighttime, when I'm looking at this, both of these definitely have a little bit more purple in them, and you can see that in the pictures that I take. But let me go ahead and show you these side by side. So there you have them side by side on camera, but now I'm going to insert the pictures. So first you're going to see the picture of them side by side, and I really think you can see the color differences there. And now I'm going to show you the swatches. So basically what I did was take the swatches from the Colored Raine palette, wiped off the bottom of them, and then I added the JUVIA'S Place Tri palette to the bottom. Now they're not in order. I tried to match up certain shades that might be similar, and then I just kind of swatched the other ones everywhere else. To me, these palettes are different. You're not going to get the same look unless you just end up using the 3 shades that are the most similar in the palette. Overall, I would not say that if you had this one, don't get this one because it's the same, or vice versa. I think that these are different enough to have both. This one I definitely think is brighter, more like in your face, and this one to me is a little bit more on like the earthy side. So, but they're both beautiful. They really are both beautiful. This one kind of reminds me of some of the shades in the Sydney Grace Autumn's Raine palette. But I just wanted to show you guys that, just in case you were wondering just how similar they were, or if you wanted one versus the other, or yada yada. I don't think that they're the same. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Let me know if you did by giving it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.